Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TJR Auto channel. My name is Tyler, and in today's video, we have a little bit of a quirky fix to get done on Gemma, the GTO. So let's hop in, see if she starts, and try diagnosing this thing, because honestly, I'm a little puzzled. So hopefully I'll be able to recreate the problem that I was having the other day. So right now, she fires up fine. We got good oil pressure, so I don't think the motor's hurt or anything. It looks good. If I just barely touch the throttle, the car revs like you'd expect. But the problem I was having actually comes when the car is like warm or hot, up to operating temperature. Alrighty, she's been running for a couple minutes. She's still not totally warmed up. Throttle pedal still feels totally normal, so hopefully we can replicate what it was doing. But in the meantime, I actually got some new hood struts for this, so that I don't have to prop the hood up with like a jack handle or something every single time I want to work under the hood. So might as well let the car idle, warm up a bit, and I'll throw those hood struts on, and then it'll be much nicer playing under the hood. Hold one out. Oh yeah. Just replacing the one side makes it that much better. Holy shit. You know, it really is just the simple things in life, like working hood struts. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That is so nice. Wow. Won't be needing this anymore. All right, let's see if our throttle has changed at all. All right, still working exactly how it should. And the car is at operating temperature. So maybe operating temperature doesn't come into play with fixing this, but both times that the car did this weird throttle thing, I took a hard right turn and then it started doing it. I don't know. So, you know, it's crazy, guys, because the car is fully warmed up and it's revving totally fine. So I guess we're gonna have to test drive it and take some hard right turns and see if we can get it to replicate what it did. I am amazed. The car's been parked for a couple weeks because of this. You know, I was driving it to work the other day, beating the balls off it. And the car drove phenomenally. And then right before I got to work, I took a hard right turn and the car started doing this weird thing. It almost felt like it was in limp mode. I only had maybe half throttle out of the full pedal, full pedal range. I only got maybe half throttle. The car was nearly undrivable. And I let the car sit for a couple hours. And then I had some nice quiet time at work. So I took my lunch break, drove the car home. And when the car was ice cold, it drove fine. But when I took another hard right turn getting into my neighborhood to get off the main roads, the car did the same thing where it started acting weird. So I guess I'll visually inspect for any damaged wires or any sort of sensors that look loose, anything like that, maybe a broken connector. But overall, it's running exactly how it should, which is kind of amazing me and also kind of scaring me. I don't like when these weird little ghost problems appear and then disappear. I'd rather there just be a problem that I can figure out and fix and get it over with. Because now that I know the car has done it, and if I can't get it to do it again for some reason, I'm always going to be worried that it'll do it again. And this thing was like undrivable when it was doing it. I could barely get this car to move from a roll or from like a stop. So I guess I'll just kind of look around, see if I can find anything weird. Now, since it was throttle related, I'm going to take a bet and assume it's something to do throttle body wise, whether there's some sort of vacuum leak opening up, or there's a cracked hose, or like I said, a damaged wire or damaged connector on one of these sensors. I mean, TPS and IAC look okay. They look fine. The MAF plug looks fine, but the intake boot is a little loose. So don't know if it was just moving just the right amount and it pissed it off. So I got to snug that back up. And it was weird, even when I revved, with the car running when it was doing the weird issue, when I revved it from the engine bay, from the throttle body, it was acting strange as well. So I know it's not a throttle cable issue. The throttle cable's not bound up or anything. That's totally fine. I still have full pedal stroke. And the throttle body blade itself isn't, jammed up or anything like that. So it's got to come down to some sort of wiring or, like I said, wiring or some sort of crazy vacuum leak, which I highly doubt because the car didn't sound any different. It just drove horribly. Okay, guys, well, I've been staring at this thing for a couple minutes, poking around, and there's only two issues I see. One, I already pointed out, being slightly loose. It's not like it's crazy loose or anything. It has a little bit of a wiggle, so I need to snug up all these hose clamps. Maybe the MAF is dirty, but I doubt it because I've always ran this thing with an air filter. It's a brand new GM MAF, so I doubt it's MAF or sensor related. All these plugs seem nice and tight. Looked at the wires, in the plugs. They're not like becoming depinned or anything. Nothing's loose. Nothing's weird there. So intake wise, the only thing I see is a little bit wiggly of an air filter. I don't know. The next big thing that I did find, and I went through everything simple that I could to, just make sure, double check, spark plug wires aren't touching the header, nothing came unplugged, stuff like that. Everything looks good from what I can tell. Now, I was thinking of this as, okay, when I took a hard right turn twice, and it did the issue both times in this car, and then from that point on, it kept doing it. It stayed doing that while I was driving the car. I thought, what could be causing that on a hard right turn? Something's got to be moving some other way. So if we sit in the driver's seat and take a hard right turn, first thing I'm thinking of moving is the battery. Now the battery, I don't have the tie-down bolt for, so it is able to move around. Now looking at this, the positive side is snug. It's not necessarily tight, but the ground, on the other hand, I can pull right off. So maybe it's something stupid, just as a bad ground connection, which would be cool. That would be nice. So I'm going to snug up these couple things, and then I guess we're just going to go beat the shit out of the car until it presents the issue. And then from there we can diagnose. Or we found the issues and it's fixed. Now the other day, I may or may not have spent $60 hairs on one of my probably best but worst investments, and I'm honestly very curious to see how they are. I got some Temu tools, baby. Horusdi? Horu pussy. So these were 60 bones, baby. 60 smackles. Now, I don't know how good or bad they're going to be, but the only way to find out is by using them. So these are all ratcheting wrenches, and no, this is not like a paid thing. I'm very curious to see how these are. They ratchet. I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad, but they do their thing. So I suppose we'll try snugging all these up with these wrenches, even though it would be much nicer to just use a screwdriver or a nut driver on all these. But, this is called authenticity, guys. You got to work with what you got. And I just so happened to have had these sent to me from the motherland of China. I'm actually amazed that they got through customs in like 2 weeks. I was told they were going to come in like a month and a half. So they got here pretty good, so that's cool. But they keep emailing me, asking me for a review. And I can't give them a review on their tools until I use them. So it's probably pretty good that we found some loose stuff. All right, that definitely seems better to me. Now, that thing I ain't getting a ratcheting wrench around, but I can get an open end around. What size do we think that is? 1/2 inch? I'm going to go 1/2 inch. I feel like it's like a 12 or a 13 though. Not a 1/2 inch. Awesome. Cool. Good job, Tyler. Doing great today. Let's see. 12? Is it a 12? It's a 12. That's tighter. That's actually very loose. Well, okay, is that an 11? That's an 11. Haha. Yes, yes. It's almost like I built this car with things that I just had laying around. Yes. And I probably should find the battery tie down for this. I think I have one. Maybe. Probably not. Okay, well, our loose issues are tight. So let's go drive this thing and beat it like it owes us lunch money and see if the problem comes back or if we create a new one. I will say this clutch feels so much more different than Bonnie's. This car has a hydraulic clutch. Bonnie has a cable-fed clutch. And since I've only been driving Bonnie recently, this thing is very strange feeling. Feels good though. All right, let's go for a hard right turn. See what happens. Hard right turn. Nope, still fine. All right. Let's see if a hard pull makes any difference. Nope, still fine. Still feels fine. Oh, I should have brought the tripod. There's still snow over here. You know, we have to. We can't not. All right. This will really show us if the car is broken. Wow, straight ice. Spin City. Oh, oh. Oh no. Woo-hoo. That could have been bad. Come on, baby, grab, grab, grab. Oh. Oh my God. Still, the car is fine. I don't know. I don't know. All right, we'll try a hard right turn here. And hard right. it's still fine. Maybe it really was just the loose battery connections. I mean, I guess that's possible. It's reasonable. The battery moved over to a certain spot and the cable just wasn't grabbing it right. I don't know. That's so strange. Well, the car is perfectly fine. So, I don't really know how to feel about that. I guess it's good, but yeah, still need that final tune. Been saying it for months. That's just crazy. I mean, I get it, we technically fixed something by tightening up the battery terminal, but the car kind of fixed itself. I mean, I didn't really do anything. That wasn't fun. And Bonnie, I thought we were gonna have to be working on Bonnie in this episode too, because the other morning she wouldn't start. It would crank, wouldn't start. No reason why. It was fine the night before when I drove it. So I ended up having to prime the key. I primed it about 5 times, heard the fuel pump running and everything, so knew it wasn't that. And the car started fine after that. And then I went, beat the shit out of it. Been fine since. So somehow both cars were broken, and now they're sorta fixed. Alrighty folks, well, I think we're done working on the GTO in today's video. I guess the battery terminal tightening that occurred over there is what fixed it. I've been driving the car the past couple days to work, and I've been having my fun with her, and she's been great. Hasn't given me any issues, hasn't done that thing again. I kind of wish I caught it on video when it was driving very weird so you guys could see what it was doing. But right off the rip, I figured it was some sort of electrical issue, most likely. I honestly thought it was going to be some sort of sensor under the hood, but ended up just being some loose battery terminals. So for $0 fix, I'll take it. So with all that being said, I believe that's where we're going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I truly do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.